Hello and welcome back to International Racing Theories. We are back live for a brand new season. It is season 7 and today we are kicking off tier 2 for round 1 at Bahrain. We're all brand new grids, new drivers turning up today. We got a 18-minute qualifying session to see who takes the first pole position of the season, as we're waiting for a few drivers to come out on track. But yeah, season 7 here in IRS. 7 seasons done and dusted. So this is going to be an interesting one to see what sort of drivers are out there today on track. Just double checking the stream. See a few guys already out there as I'm just trying to get the stream on quickly. Try not to miss any of your comments. But 17 drivers here today. I think we just lost a couple of people actually. Purple Derp, we did just lose, I think. So get him an invite back quickly. There we go. And there was one more person, the Russian Berb, I believe. There we go, but let's go back to the on-track action. Have we got anyone starting the lap yet? No, we don't. The first person is going to be an Aston Martin with a Joe Killer, who's moved over from the Williams to the Aston Martin this season. He's going to be the first driver to set a lap time. P7 in the standings last season for Joe. Let's see what sort of pace he can bring today and see where he can put the Aston Martin. He can improve on that P7 as we enter turn 1 down into gear 2. Slowly out into gear 3, try to get a good exit and not lap the rears into the DRS zone. One of 3 DRS zones on this track, so more than likely going to be a DRS race. But Joe is a 29.2 into sector 1. He's got a few people behind him as well. I think he's got an Alpine of Marcy. Is it Marcy? Yes, it is Marcy. One of the new drivers for 2 Alpines. Kovacs, Milan and Marcy. Entering tier 2 as the debut race today. As we switch back to Joe as he's entering sector 2, gear 5. Around the long right and left. 107.8 into sector 2. I think we're looking at 28s, 27s for tier 2. Maybe 26s, I'm not sure if anyone's we're about to see, but this is going to be a 1:30.0 for Joe, the first fire lap of today. Marcy is going to cross the line and do a 1:31.0, a whole second off at the moment. Reezy in AlphaTauri teaming up with Remy. He jumps in that P2 with a 30.5. Gary, the Constructors Champion from last season, alongside IS1, drops in at P4 as Kovacs Milan sets a 1:29.8 and takes provisional pole for now. Joe's teammate Eric sits in at P7 with a 1:34.1. DMV Super Skills with a 1:30.999, moving over from Haas to Mercedes. Outlaw coming down from tier 1 into tier 2. Jumping in the Red Bull, he goes P3 with a 30.3. And I still haven't got my Twitch up. For some reason that won't work. There we go. Let's go Marcy from Benny. Purpled up and get him by, that's done. It's Marcy time from Wenzel. Let's get my head down and get top 10 from Pepper. Time to try to be a good driver from a drunken ship. A few comments there as Anur Hassan, who did he take pole in the preseason? I think he did. He's sitting P2, 10th and a half off Kovacs from Milan at the moment. What else we got out there? Drunken Ship teaming up with Pepper. He's a new driver. And the Alpha PJ in the Williams. Debut for him. Teaming up with the Russian Bird. So all new Williams line up there. We got Elite in the Haas. He has a debut as well, dives into the pits, no time set at the moment. We got purpled up on an outlap, went P2 last season in the championship by I think it was 3 or 4 points to IS1. He won the championship, so can he retain that championship? Anyone on lap time? DMB Super Skills, 2 temps up at the moment in the Mercedes. P7 with a 130.9. As Bahrain's a pretty tricky track. A lot of people don't really enjoy this track, I think, but it brings good racing for sure. Qualifying, looking pretty close at the moment. Top 3, all within about 2-3 tenths of each other. DMB Super Skills with a purple sector there, improving on his best into the final corner. Gets a decent exit. He's out of the DRS though. He's got a hurt up to the DRS. Crosses the line and it's a 30.5, 4.5 temps up. Jumps into P6. PJ went P9 with his lap with a 131.1. He's got on board with IS1. The champion of Tier 2. He's got a lot of pressure on him. He's got DMB Super Skills just ahead of him. Hopefully doesn't get in his way. Just forced to the side now. Yeah, traffic for IS1, so this is not going to be the best lap. The Russian Bird and the Williams there. Jumping up to P6 with a 30.3, purpled up. Matching his teammate near enough. Pretty much the same time, a few Red Bulls, 4th and 5th. On board with IS1, he's got a Haas just ahead of him, which is Elite, just preparing for a lap. IS1 might get a nice little slipstream out the final corner here, which might gain him a 10th or half a 10th. Crosses the line, that's a 29.9, goes P2, and that is a good opening lap from the reigning champion there. As Elite has a bit of a messy turn 1 and 2 and 3 there, as we jump on board into the Haas in sector 1. Runs a bit wide over the curbs, 29.0 into sector 1. Misses the apex a little bit there. Can he get a good exit? Not too bad. I'm going to try my best to do good, so we shall see what the race brings from the drunken ship, who's yet to set a time. Coming into the second to last corner, there he is. He improved there. I think that was PJ, jumping up to 130.7. The drunken ship is way off at the moment, 137.7, but let's see if he can improve. Joe Killer with the new fastest lap now, a 129.4. How does Elite get on? A 130.9. Yeah, it looks like a bit of a messy lap from Elite. Husky, what's up? Hope you're good. 15th and 17th for the Alfa Romeo boys here at the moment. Coming to support them. As Kovacs Milan takes that pole position straight back off Joe Killer there. 4 thousandths of a second in front of Joe Killer. So the top two in a league of their own at the moment. That's up there on the lap. Open up, nope. Remy, nope. Breezy. Is he starting a lap? Yes, he is. Locks up. Takes a lot of curb there as well, so messy turn 1 and 2 again for the Alpha Tauri driver. 6P9 at the moment. Just over a second off the pole position time. Under 2 tenths down as well in sector 1 there. Outlaw Pecameste is just over 2 tenths up. Just under 2 tenths up, sorry. I'm just looking at the Twitch. Bro, keep saying my content is being used, won't let me in the game. What the fuck? No idea what's happened there. Maybe you're gonna have to delete the game, reinstall it or something, I'm not sure. As we jump back on board with Outlaw Pecameste, who's got the Alpha Tauri just ahead of him, getting out of the way. But Outlaw is scraping ahead at the moment by just under a tenth. It will jump him up to P5 though. It will gain him a position if he can get a good final exit here. Does he improve? Crosses the line. Only just doesn't improve position by 5 thousandths of a second. His teammate purpled up. Takes that away from him. Jumps up to P5 with a 130.1. We've got just under 5 minutes to go of qualifying here. Pepper Stig is now out on track. 16th and 17th for the Alfa Romeo boys. Not a good showing so far in this qualifying session. They haven't got long left to get a good lap in here. They do not want to be at the back row of the grid for the opening round of the season. But Pepper Sector 2 is a 108.6. And his Wi-Fi must be so shit because he is all over the place. Into the corners, just so dodgy. Let's see what he can do though. Crosses the line. P15. It's not the back row of the grid, but it might as well be. What can the Alphas do? Can they improve? How's Remy getting on? Said he was 9 tenths up on his lap though. He's running out of fuel. He's pushing like crazy. And he goes up to P3 with a 29.8. And that was a good lap time from Remy there. How about Eric? Currently P16, split by the Alfa Romeos. Debut season in the Aston. His teammate is currently P2. What can he do? As Remy gets out of the way because he's probably out of fuel. as Eric Sector 1 is nearly 5/10 down. Pepper's not improving. And Noor Hassan is on a flying lap here, but is close enough for pole position into Sector 2. And could be snatching that away from Kovacs Milan here, who's sitting in the pit lane, waiting to see if anyone can beat it. The Haas driver comes out the final corner, crosses the line, and does a 29.3, and goes just under a tenth up on Kovacs Milan, who has just come out of the pits to try and improve on that 29.4. I thought we were going to see 27 and 28, but I think I'm delusional to be thinking that. I can't remember time trial time, so ignore me for that. Can you invite me? Reezy. There you go, invite sent. Outlaw improves again to a 30.1, but can't beat his teammate again. They are matching each other, low for low there. Gary down in P13. He's only done one lap. He's come out for his last opportunity. P30, I'm quite surprised that he's down there that low. Unfortunately for Reezy, that's his qualifying over. And Remy. Both AlphaTauris. 4th and 10th at the moment, best for them. Pepper's out. He might miss it. Yeah, Pepper's bugged. I think something's going on with Pepper's Wi-Fi. Let's get back to the action. Because second and third are entering Sector 1, trying to snatch away P1 away from Anor, who's dived into the pits and won't be improving. And why is there 2 cars just sitting there randomly? Oh, Joe spun it. So Joe will not be improving. P3 at best for him. Qualifying is now over. Let's see if anyone's improving. Outlaw dives into the pits. So do both the Williams. Eric as well dives into the pits. We got Elite, who's not improving. Coming into Sector 3. Marcy. Is behind Kovacs now, who are on track to Alpine, trying to help each other. Kovacs Milan, 2.5 tenths up into the final corner, could be snatching away pole position away from Anor here. Crosses the line to 29.1, takes pole position. Marcy jumps up to P4 with a 29.8. IS1 can't improve anything. Gary goes to a 30.1 behind his teammate. Joe crosses the line, and Purple Derp will jump up to P7 and split the McLarens. So Kovacs Milan, on his debut, takes pole position away from Anor by 2 tenths of a second. Pepper invite. Like, what's going on with your Wi-Fi's, boys? I can't invite now onto the race. But there's confirmation of Kovacs Milan taking pole position in the Alpine. Anor in P2, Joe P3, Marcy P4, so Alpine 1 on 4, Remy P5, McLaren Red Bull 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th, and Russian Bourbon 10th, rounding out the top 10. And there's your 7 other drivers from 11th down to 17th. Pepper's car was sat in the middle of the track, disconnected, and I wasn't expecting it. Spun me from Joe. Damn. Pepper's bad Wi-Fi ruining someone's qualifying now. But this looks like it's going to be an interesting race for sure. I think there's going to be two DRS zones, two DRS trains. I think you'll see a top DRS train and then a sort of middle, back of the pack DRS train. It's because I have everyone on Wi-Fi. I told them to get off. And sorry, Joe Killer from Pepper Slick there. Oh, let me invite you this way. Where's Pepper? PlayStation. Pepper. Pepper, did you receive this invite? I hope you did. Hasbro just waiting for everyone to pick their setups. Pick their strategy of tyres. Let's have a look. Is it soft and medium here in Bahrain? Nah, it's not. It's medium to hard, isn't it? Who's just spun off the line on the formation lap? Was that Elite? I believe it was. IRS LB44 has somehow got in. Pepper, you in? Oh, he's in. IRS LB44 joining the back of the grid there. But yeah, I would have thought this was a medium to hard or hard to medium race. Surprised by Kovacs Milan and D&B Super Skills jumping off the softs. I thought it was mediums to lap 14. Yeah, I thought it was about lap 14, 16 on the mediums they jump onto the hards. But I'm surprised by the two soft runners there. The rest of the field picking mediums except the Russian Burb and IRS LP44 on the hards. So some interesting choices there from a few drivers. I think the top 9 are just going to absolutely sprint away with it. And Russian Burb is going to get swamped by the guys behind them. And I think IRS LP44 will struggle to stay with the medium runners at the back there. We're about to find out anyway. No setup, let's get it. Top 10 from IRS LP44. Pepper down in 15th. As Kovacs Milan pulls into his grid spot for the first time this season here in Bahrain, and Noor getting disqualified. Joe Killer looking to get a good start. Why is it so foggy all the time when you look down there like that? As the last few drivers are just putting into position before we get season 7 underway for tier 2. Here we go then. It's gonna be lights on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in Bahrain. And we wait for the little break before away we go. And the drunken ship gets a drive-through penalty straight away, and somehow Elite has just crashed straight away off the line. He just spun straight into someone. That is absolutely shocking, but the rest of the field are looking like they're cleanly getting away into turn 1 here, but there is a yellow flag. I'm not sure what's going on. I think there's a virtual safety car. purpled up, 5-second penalties for ignoring yellow flags. I think there's a... What the hell just happened there? I think everyone got clean... Yeah, there's a virtual safety car. As Elite just spun off the line straight into someone. I think it was Pepper, possibly, or the drunken ship. Maybe Eric as well, because he's dropped a few positions. No, he's gained a position, sorry. The Russian bird, maybe. He was involved. But everyone looked like they got away cleanly, except from Elite, who just spun straight off the line. As we're waiting for the virtual safety car to end. No way this is tier 2. Elite, you're the one that spun off the line, mate. That's what it looked like from here anyway. But we are back racing Kovacs Milan on the softs. 1.2 seconds after the first lap. Ahead of Anor. Joey Killer keeping P3. IS1 up to P4 there in the McLaren. That Elite guy. Oh, I thought that was the same Elite. I thought he was coming in to comment straight away after. It's not the same person, my bad. But side by side action. Marcy going around the outside of IS1. Couldn't quite get the brakes right. Remy P6. Gary P7, the two Red Bulls are battling there for 8th and 9th. LB44 has managed to get up all the way to P11. Outlaw outbrakes himself. Drops down to P9. Peppered up, regains P8 from him. Yeah, but IRS W44 up to P11, just behind his teammate who's on the softs. Peppered up around the outside of Gary Laser Eyes there, who's defending the inside. And keeps the position. There's a bit of contact there. A bit of Sergio Perez, Lando Norris accident in Abu Dhabi today. As Outlaw is under pressure from Purpled Up and DMB Super Skills. They both take the position. And everyone's within a second of each other. Up to P13, P14. I know it's lap 3, but we're about to get the IRS as well, so that's going to help out even more. And Noor Hassan with the new fastest lap. Outbrakes himself a little bit but gets a good exit. Trying to get within DRS of Kovacs Milan, who's on the softs. He's currently 1.3 seconds up the road. DRS is now enabled. There's a bit of action in the background. It's 3 wide. Reezy going up the inside of IRS LB44, a bit of contact between them two. Might be going to the stewards after the two Williams boys also battling. The Russian Burb letting his teammate go through, possibly because he's on the mediums. He wants to try and follow him through. The two Alphas did box as well. The two Alpha Romeos of the Drunken Ship and Pepper to the multiple damage. Let's go back up to the top. Because like I said, there's a bit of a DRS train between the top boys and middle of the pack. There's one sort of foreman as well. But Anwar Hassan is within the DRS of Kovacs Milan here. Don't think it's going to be close enough for a move this time round. IS1 is though, on Joey Killer. Looks to the inside of the Aston Martin, not quite close enough for a move though. Marcy outbreaking himself there. Going to cost himself DRS if he's not careful, which he has. Gary in P6, ahead of Remy, who's got purpled up, flying past him into P7. Who has got that 5 second as well. I'm not sure why, but that will affect his race for sure. IRS LB44 has lost a position to PJ. The two hard runners are dropping back big time. The IRS LB44 and the Russian Berg. They're 13th and 14th at the moment, and they just haven't got any pace at the moment in this stage of the race. And it's a bit of a DRS train in two parts of the race. I really want to see some overtakes like this. Gary's out of DRS already, damn. This is going to be an easy move for Burp It Up into the top 6. Halfway down the straight, nothing Gary can do. Does Remy also have a look? No, he doesn't. A bit too far back, but Gary's having a good race so far. P7, Mr. Commentator for Tier 1. Here's McLaren, lining up a move on Purple Up. Can he stick within the DRS of Purple Up, try getting back somehow? The question is, Kovacs Milan, running P1, but he is on the soft tyres. And around Bahrain, the tyres go off real quick. Probably within lap 6, 7, 8. These medium boys are going to be all over the back of him. And Noor is starting to close the gap a little bit into the corners as well. So maybe even the next lap or so, Kovacs Milan might find himself down in P2 behind this Haas. We've got a bit of ERS to defend with. But Andor is a much better entry and exit there than Kovacs Milan, who uses a bit of his ERS to defend this time round, but yeah, the mediums are starting to come into play here. Already on lap 6, top 3 within DRS as Joe Killer has a big moment there, allows Ice One to sort of get back in the DRS if he can stick with these guys through sector 1. As Kovacs Milan has a big moment on the exit of turn 4 and allows Anur Hassan to take the lead, and there's a yellow flag because that is Reesley that spun round all the way down to P14. Pepper Slig with a 3-second time penalty as well. Down in P16, pushing along, but Kovacs Milan is struggling big time now. He's nearly lost the DRS already from the house driver ahead. And my phone just nearly called someone back to them. I think Siri's trying to ring someone for me. What are you doing? But yeah, let's get back to the action. And Noor is starting to pull away now from Kovacs Milan, who's going to be under pressure at the end of this straight from Joe Killer, who looks to be lining up a move, but is not close enough, and Ice One nearly runs into the back of Joe Killer there. Luckily manages to save it. As Purple Oaks up into P5 now, got past Marcy, who we haven't said much about to be fair in this race. He's been on his own a bit, in a bit of no man's land. Currently P6, as his teammates P2, but it's a good point for Alpine. Marcy running a good, comfortable race inside the top 6 Oh, was Outlaw has a big moment there. Or was that Wi-Fi? I think Joe's lost position here. He had a moment as well. So a lot of drivers starting to struggle as IS1 makes a great opportunity there. What a move that was from IS1. And that is Joe out of the race. And that's the safety car. There we go. Called it. Joe, unfortunately, taking the corner completely wrong. I think he might have took the curb. I'm not sure, but his rears lit up and spun around straight into the wall. And that is the first safety car of the day. Lap 7. Hoping I can race in Tier 1 on Tuesday if the lobby ain't cool. Yes, go Haas. I genuinely feel bad for the Alphas. They got a bit of redemption now because of this, but the pit lane is getting busy. Purpled up into the pits, onto the softs, Marcy onto the hards, PJ onto the mediums, Russian Burb onto the mediums, Breezy onto the softs, D&D Super Skills up into P9. I think he pitted the lap before that safety car, so I think he possibly lost out there. But the top 6 have not decided to box. Kovacs Milan, I'm very surprised. He might have missed the pit lane actually. I'm not sure. I was looking in chat. Yes, go Haas. But yeah, I'm so surprised by the top 6 haven't boxed for a new set of tyres. Maybe they just want to run to a lap 14, 13, 14, just do their strategy. They think it's too early to dive into the pits, as Remy's going to get a penalty in a minute. Need to run into the back of Purple of Outlaw. Pepper, Eric and the drunken ship managed to get themselves a second chance with the safety car. Pepper's only driving with a penalty, 3 seconds. Unlucky bro from Tarzan. But lap 9, 2 drivers out, not too bad for tier 2. Yeah, I was still surprised by the top 6 are out, especially Kovacs. 8 lap old softs. He should have dived into the pits. I would have gone on to a new set of mediums. And then done another new set of mediums. It's going to be interesting to see who wins this race now. Because the top 6 are about to be swamped by everyone else, I think. And the new fresher tyres. As we're still waiting for Eric and the drunken ship to catch up. Let's have a look at position changes. Who's the biggest gainer? IRS LB44, who started from the back. At the moment, Gary, Outlaw, up 4 positions each. Who's the biggest loser? That would be Marcy, who's down 4 positions, but out of the 7 people ahead of him, 6 are yet to box. And he is on the hard tyres, so 20 laps on the hards. Is that doable? Alpine should have gone in the pits, he's going to leave positions. Yeah, I don't know why he stayed out, to be fair. If that was me on the softs, and that safety car come out, I'm diving straight into the pits. Unless he missed it, unless the safety car come out the pits and he missed the pit lane, and he thought he was going to lose 2 main positions. That's why he stayed out for track position, but not sure. And safety car should be in at the end of this lap. That Alfa Romeo should catch up by now. I'm hoping it does. Because I want another lap of the safety car. Thank you very much. He still would have been ahead of everyone else who pitted. Yeah, that's true. He would have been P7 where Purple Burp is right now. But like, the thing is, I'm saying if he went past the pit lane, like as the safety car come out, I didn't see, I can't remember where he was on the track. Like if he was coming down the pit lane, past the pit entrance, and the safety car had just come out and he missed it, and he couldn't box, so he went round again, and then he didn't want to box because he didn't want to lose track position. Do you know what I mean? Because I think that the leaders were right at the front of the opening bit of the lap. I think they was on like turn 2 or 3 maybe with the safety car. I can't remember. I was looking at Twitch, so I'm hoping you guys saw it. But yeah, there we go. Safety car is in at the end of this lap. We're gonna have 19 laps of racing. Top 6 yet to box. Everyone else behind have pitted. As I know was trying to go then, but he's on a limiter. Yeah, he's on a limiter, he can't go. There he goes. He finally goes as the safety car enters the pits. And Kovacs Milan has got a great start there. He's moving to the inside of Anor into turn 1. Has he got the grip on the softs to get a good exit? Yes, he does. Does he give the room? Yes, he does, but there's a bit of contact. Spins the rears. IS1 makes it 3 wide. And who's going to be the bravest out of this one? Looks like IS1's got a double overtake there. And the tier 2 champion from last season takes the lead of this race. And there's contact with Gary. Oh, I just see that with the McLaren there. Sort of drifted wide into the Red Bull. And there was contact between him and Outlaw. Pushes them both down the field. There's DMB Super Skills having a battle with Remy for 6th and 7th. But what a restart that was for the top 2. Kovacs thought he got the lead. Lit the rears up into corner 2 and 3, and then IS1 said hello, come along. He just went past start finish, but he was still had a time as everyone who pitted lost 24 seconds anyway. Nah, because the safety car was going so slow, wasn't it? So they pitted and they was gaining time anyway, so he would have lost a lot of positions, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But he's still going strong, and then 11 lap old softs right now. And Noah's moving back to the inside as Marcy's having a look at Purple Derp. 3 turn 1, Purple Derp defends well, gets a great exit. He's now having a look at the Haas, who uses a bit of IRS to defend to keep P3 there, but top 5. And Noah runs wide. Purple Derp says I'll take that. Puts the Red Bull up into P3. So the top 5, there's 3 drivers that are debuting here today. Marcy, Anur and Kovacs Milan. IS1 is the champion from last season, who finished 3 points ahead of Purple Derp, who's just gained another position. because them 4-lap-old softs that he's on are working brilliantly right now, and he's probably the fastest driver on the track as Kovacs Milan slops down to P3. Next up is his teammate. Fresh softs are killing it. They certainly are. I'll keep an eye on Reezy as well down in P8. He was also on the softs. And there's that purple derp again going for it. I think it is as Kovacs gets out of the way of his teammate. I think team orders there. DMB super skills. Side by side with Anor. Let's go back to the race lead. Because the top two of last season, who battled it out in the last round of the season for the championship, are once again battling it again for the race lead. Kovacs tires are dead, I think. Yeah, 12-lap-old softs around Bahrain. They'd be screaming right now. Purpled up into the lead. And at this moment in time, the softs are the way to go. To be fair, DMB super skills on these hards, he's running great. He's right over the back of Kovacs now as well. He's got some pace in the Mercedes. Always contact though, he's messed it all up. He's got the DRS, applies the overtake button and jumps ahead of Kovacs Milan, who drops down to P5 now. The two Alpha Tauris battling it there, and Reezy's completely missed the corner. Outbraked himself. He's got Russian Burb in the Williams, 8th and 9th for them boys on the mediums. Got themselves into the top 10. Pepper Slick up into the top 10 on the Alfa Romeos, having a recovery race. As Marcy JR sets the new fastest lap as Kovacs Milan finally dives into the pits along with Remy, who are jumping onto what? Soft tyres for Remy. That's his race ruined. He needs another safety car. Kovacs onto the mediums. He's going to rejoin behind Anur, who's on the hard tyres. So that's going to be an interesting battle. And it's pretty hard to work out who's going to be winning this race now. I was surprised he went onto the softs that long. So am I, as Reezy goes wide again. What's going on with Reezy? I think he just locked up completely there. He just missed the corner again. Drops down to P6, but yeah, this race, due to that safety car, it's throwing a spanner in the works. And I don't know who's going to win this race. It could be anyone right now. It's going to be all down to strategy. Depending on if there will be another safety car, but the two Williams boys are having a good second half to this race here. PJ having a look at Reezy, trying to get into the top 6. I think Reezy has already had enough of his softs after 6 laps, so I can't imagine what Kovacs was feeling. Any space for next week? Looking to get back into it. Used to race with Gary. Had 6 months off. Yeah, sure. Join if you jump on the Discord from the profile on Twitch. Just click on our name. You'll see the Discord and join up, and we'll get you signed up. It is a full grid, but there will be reserves available. As you can see, today is round 1, and there's only 18 drivers. So. All drunken ships having a bit of a nightmare here. What's happened to Gary as well? He's down at P15 now. I know he's just boxed, but I thought he would have boxed through in a safety car and had a good strategy. He's down at P15. Had broken front wing from Reezy. As it's gone a bit quiet at the moment. After that safety car, everyone on different tyres is on different pace, and it's split the field up completely. At the start, everyone was running on mediums basically, so as IS1 finally pits, 14 lap old mediums. Let's see what he decides to do. Surely it's got to be hard. Yes, it is. Where does he rejoin? I think he's going to be just behind Kovacs. There goes Anur, Remy, Kovacs, and then IS1 rejoining just behind. So I think that's your top runners at the moment. I think Anur is currently leading this race. I think everyone above them is going to have to pit again. Maybe Marcy and DMB can go to the end, and Anur is trying to catch up, but yeah, that's how I'm seeing it at the moment. As the top 7 got boxed again, possibly. Yeah, no worries, can't always race anyways due to the work commitments, but we'll be able to make most of it. Yeah, that's sweet. Good to have one of Gary's friends involved. Make sure you come watch on Tuesday if you don't already. You'll see Gary commentating. And you'll see me spinning a lot. Yeah. Remy's on the softs. And he's hunting down Anur. Purple Dirt dives into the pits. Brand new set of mediums. Will he retain the lead of this race? I think he will. Yeah, he will. So Purple Dirt is still in the lead, followed by Anur, I would say. Remy with a new fastest lap. Purple Dirt rejoins. As I think the Russian Burb just got past Marcy, who maybe made a mistake. Or was that DMB Super Skills getting past the Russian Burb? But this is your current battle for the lead. Whether or not that will be the case in 12 laps time, I'm not sure, but right now, this is the battle for the lead. The top 3 are within DRS of each other. It's 12 laps to go here. IRS at LB44 on the mediums, just behind Purple Dirt. 9 lap old mediums. One's a bit wide there. As DMB Super Skills loses a position to the Russian Burb. He's coming straight back at him. Not quite close enough for a move up the inside. There's the drunken ship just ahead. Yellow flag, and I believe that's Eric in the Aston Martin, currently P15. He just had a bit of a moment. And the drunken ship for another 5-second time penalty there. Not sure what's going on with him. Let's get back to the action. Marcy having a look at DMB Super Skills. Purple Dirt just getting past. Pepper Spig there. IRS LB44 is under pressure from Anur, Remy, Kovacs and IS1. side by side between Remy there and Noor. That was a great little move from Remy. He makes another move up the inside of IRS LB44, but gets a 3-second time penalty for doing so. IRS LB44 fighting back. I think he just got the DRS as well. There's contact there for sure. And it's getting a bit messy between these guys here. And Noor diving into the pits. Not sure why. 5-second time penalty as well for Noor, and I feel like he's retiring. Hopefully he's not. As IS1's having a look at IRS LB44. And Marcy has spun round. Was there possible contact with DNB super skills there? It's hard to keep track of the action, there's so much at the moment. Everyone's closed up with each other again. Marcy trying to rejoin. Remy, he's got off the track. Kovacs Milan sneaks past him. Alfa Romeo in the background spinning him. Remy's going to try and get back past. We've got 10 laps to go. Purped up is P4. Kovacs Milan not really following Purped up at the moment. Who's got the most pace out there, I would say. Who's got the fastest lap? Remy's got the fastest lap on the soft, but out of the medium runners. And there's a safety car. The drunken ship is out of this race. And that changes the perspective of everything. For Purped up, he will take the race lead. Pepper Split gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pits. That has just ruined his race. Kovacs Milan just moving up into P2. The Russian Burb sneaking up to P3 ahead of IS1. DNB Super Skills now up to P5. PJ getting up to P6. Outlaw comes out in P7. Just ahead of Marcy. Pepper rejoins ahead of Remy. Who's gonna lose? Allure up to P11 gets ahead of IRS LB44. Gary as well is going to be saved here onto a fresh set of softs. Eric as well after that spin on a brand new set of mediums. He's going to be back into the race. Sorry, Remus OG. I am sorry, this is completely my fault. Maybe the 5-second time penalty was from Remy running into the back of Pepper Spig on the entrance. But to be fair, this round one has been pretty entertaining for tier 2. It's going to be an entertaining end to the round one as well, for sure. Purped up is going to lead us away from the safety car in about 2 laps time, 1 or 2 laps time. I hope you guys are all enjoying the race. 14 viewers at the moment. I think most of you are drivers, to be fair. Here you are. Remy, IS1, Drunken Ship, Big Pepper, LB44. But there's some viewers in here coming to support people like Marcy. Here's Alpine, debuting today. We've got supporters for Gary, using P13, but IS1 has now dropped down to P14 because he's boxed again for a set of softs. So McLaren, 13th and 14th, need a good safety car restart here to get themselves back into the points, and we're just waiting for Eric. He's quite a way behind because of the spin and pit stop. So it should be another lap after this with the safety car, and then we'll be back racing. I'd say it's been a decent race so far. Tier 2 races never disappointing actually. To be fair, it's not exactly been a messy race, it's not been a clean race, it's just been one of those races, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not been overly messy at all. Fair enough, the start was a bit messy, someone spun off the line and DNF'd. But the two other drivers have spun on their own and just losing the car. Been a few battles out there that have seen a bit of contact, but the racing's been good. It's been fair enough. 15 drivers still involved, 21 laps. A few people need to sort their Wi-Fi out, but other than that, it's been a decent race. The fresh mids could be good here if they can keep up with the sauce sauce in that for a few laps. I swear I'm so shit at multitasking. I'm looking at the fucking stream and I'm looking at the race and I just can't read the comments for shit. Yeah, sauce, I got you. This is why I'd never be a good streamer. If anyone's looking to commentate tier 2, be my guest. But Eric is just about to catch up. He'll catch up by the end of sector 2 probably. And we should be racing. On to lap 23 I believe. What about the position changes now? Let's have a look. A few big gainers after all that. Purple Earth up 6. Contender for driver of the day? Possibly. The Russian Burb. 7 positions onto the podium. DMB Super Skills and PJ. 8 positions each. Pepper's up 7 positions to be fair, but he has got, what's he got? Where's the penalties? He has got 8 seconds to penalties, so that could be his race over. Yeah, just getting to sector 2. Eric catches up, safety car in. Let's go. Look at that. Perfecto. There's your pit stops as well. Outlaw 1 stop and Kovacs 1 stop. Everyone else 2 stops or more. Interesting. It's going to be interesting as well to see what happens with these medium softs and the hard one there of Outlaw. Let's go to Purple Derp to see when he goes though. I think he's already gone. Tried to get a good exit, yes he has. Kovacs is going to try a follow with the Russian Burb. He's got better straight line speed with overtake, and Kovacs Milan is going up the inside of Purple Derp for the race lead into turn 1 straight away. Purple Derp's lit the rears up and spun it into the Alpine there. Bit of contact. Here comes DMB Super Skills having a look as well. In the background, Outlaw is defending from the 2 Williams. Is that 2 Williams? No, that's an Alpine, sorry. Of Marcy and PJ, who loses the position to Remy. He nearly runs into the back of Marcy there. Remy's all over the place a bit there, as PJ's going up the inside. And this is good battling. I think Pepper's just lost a position to IRS LB44. Yes, he did. Who's going up the inside? No, he's not. And how he didn't go into the back. And there's contact between Pepper and IRS LB44. And Pepper is around. And that could be it for Pepper. Kovacs Milan on his 9-lap-old mediums is struggling a lot here. The Russian Bourbon DMB Super Skills are somehow in the lead of this race right now. And they're 1.1 ahead of the guys behind. Purple Derp has dropped down to P4. He's going to be using that IRS down the straight to try and get the lead. Not get the lead, get the move on Kovac, sorry. Here comes DMB Super Skills, not quite close enough. Marcy defending again from Outlaw. PJ gets the job done on Remy there. Gary's ahead of IRS LB44, who's defending from Reezy, who dives up the inside and there's contact. And I think IRS LB44 just closed the door there, which was a bit unfair from a commentator's view. Purple Up got past Kovac's Milan. He won 10 lap old mediums. Is a sitting duck to most of these drivers behind him, like his teammate Marcy. DMB can win this. I think he needs to get past now, because if he doesn't, this man here in the Red Bull is going to close down Russian Berg in the last couple of laps of the race, because 4 laps already on the softs here for Russian Berg. In the next 2 or 3 laps he's going to start to struggle. This is where DMB will start to close up. So DMB Super Skills has got to push. He's got to push now, because if he doesn't, Purple Dirt will cruise up to the back of him in this Red Bull. We saw it last season. Purple Dirt had the pace to win races, and there's a yellow flag. And what has happened is a Red Bull off the track of Outlaw and Adnur. Not sure what's happened to Adnur. He's got no front wing whatsoever. And IRS LB44 have just crashed into him on purpose, I believe, which is not right at all. But I think there's going to be a few incidents reported now after the race. It's got a bit messy. Everyone's looking a bit desperate out on track for positions, I would say. 2 McLarens battling here. And one of the McLarens is off the track. And what is going on? And Gary's just crashed out on purpose, which is not what we advise at all. And that is going to be penalty points for Gary, because I've literally just caught that on stream. So what was going a decent race in Tier 2 has just changed completely in the last couple of laps. Up to lap 21, 22, when we had that safety car, it was all going well. And then the safety car restart has just made it absolutely chaotic. Gary DNF, Zone, Prudish, Pepper. Yeah, Pepper, I'll see it on the stream, mate. Don't worry, get back to your race. Don't go AI. But what happens now, I have no idea. I really don't. This last couple of laps is going to be absolutely chaotic. The guys coming out of the pits as well, I've got to be quick here. IRS, LB44, IS1, Anur, Eric, Pepper, they got to be quick getting back to their safety car. Because at the end of the next lap, it's going in. That's it. There's going to be one lap, whether these lot are caught up or not. As IS1 gets a time penalty under the safety car, no, he's just ruined his race. That's McLaren over. Possibly no points for McLaren to today. Constructors champions last season, IS1 and Gary. Round 1 today, they have an absolute shocker. Wow, some drivers. This is going to be interesting. in pits. Tarzan. Interesting. It's not the word. There's 14 drivers left. I hope there's 14 drivers left after the next 3 laps. I really do. Let's get back to the tyres though. I'm so annoyed at my car. Well, nah, at my bad driving for a drunken ship who's unfortunately out. But actually, everyone is okay. Safety car will be in at the end of this next lap. Eric and Noor and Pepper will be able to catch up. Marcy's decided to pit. He wants a fresh set of softs and a wing change. He's going to be dropping to the back of the field now. Constructors wise, who will be top at the moment? Williams, I would say, it. 25 plus 8. They're on 33 right now. Alpine, not Alpine, AlphaTauri on 16, 10 plus 6. Red Bull, what are they on? 19. Mercedes are on 20. So yeah, Williams looking the strongest at the moment. But that could all change because the top 8 are on old tyres compared to everyone behind who are on brand new softs. So this is going to be super interesting now. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout with 6 drivers on softs absolutely sending it at the guys ahead of them. Chaotic is a better word, I guess. It's going to be like a movie scene. That dramatic, you know, like a Fast and Furious movie scene where they make it so over dramatic. It's like a word for that, you know. This is what I think the last 2 laps are going to be. We're about to find out. Safety cars, lights are off. He's heading back to the pits. The Russian Burb leading for his first ever time in IRS, followed by D&B Super Skills. It's a 2-lap shootout. Who's going to win this race? Oh, there's nearly contact because he's got a limiter. And there's contact. He went too early. That's Remy around. You can see the safety car wasn't fully in. And he went on the throttle well too early, which gave him a limiter, which stopped his car and everyone else behind from flying at him. Got an illegal overtake. But the top 3 are battling for the win. D&B Super Skills trying to get up the inside of Purple Derp. D&B Super Skills, if he wants to win this race, he's got to get past both of these drivers right now. He's on the best tyres. He's got to send it past Purple Derp and just get past Rush and Burb. He's got to use everything he's got right now in this Mercedes if he wants to win this race. But the Rush and Burb in the Williams, he's on his debut race and he wants to win. He hasn't even used his battery compared to everyone behind. And he's on 8-lap old softs. And he's still got loads of batteries to use. He's comfortably ahead at the moment of these guys who are squabbling behind. There's contact in the background as well. Eric and Anur off again. Pepper, Marcy, IRS 44 still battling, but I want to go back to the top 3 because this is the most interesting battle we got right now. We're going on to the last lap. DLV Super Skills is trying to get past Purple Derp. He's got to use everything he can to get into turn 1, but he's not close enough. He's going for it though. And yeah, that's not going to work. I think the Russian Burb's got this. This could be a debut win for the Williams driver. He's come out of nowhere today. And he's doing perfectly at the moment. What's going on here? It's 3 wide. Kovacs Milan defending from Reezy and IS1. PJ as well, also trying to get involved. We're in sector 2. Half a lap to go. And I think the Russian Burb's done it. He's just got to defend. Oh, he's made a mistake. It's squeaky bum time for Russian Burb. He can feel the pressure. He's got half a lap to go to win his first ever race in IRS. And he's pulled away from Purple Derp. And we've got 2 more corners to go for the Russian Burb. There's a yellow flag in the background. I think that's IRS LB44 and Pepper. I've had it coming together, but into the last corner we go. And the first round of the season is over. And the first winner is the Russian Burb, taking victory in Bahrain, taking 25 points. What a Grand Prix this has been. Purple Derp takes P2. DMB Super Skills takes P3, Kovacs Milan P4, Reezy P5, PJ P6, IS1 P7, Outlaw P8, Noor P9, Marcy P10, Pepper P11, IRS LB44 will be P12, Eric will be P13 and Remy will be P14, but the Russia Burb takes a debut win, his first ever win in IRS, puts his name in the history books of IRS, and he's going to put Williams top of constructors as well, because PJ come in P6 there, and that is an excellent opening round for Williams. But driver of the day goes to IRS LB44. Not my driver of the day, unfortunately. Even though I'm a Mercedes Tier 1 driver, I can't exactly be biased, but driver of the day would have to go to the Russian Burb. Yeah, I'll give it to the Russian Burb, shortly followed by DMB Super Skills, and then Purple Derp. That would be my driver of the day. What a race, what a comeback from Reezy, who gets a top 5 finish for AlphaTauri there. A good debut for a few drivers here. Champion from last season, P7 only, IS1. It's going to be an interesting season for sure. I was P12 in lap 24 from Breezy. Jumps up to P5. P11 to P5, up 6 positions. That is absolutely epic from him. But it's been an interesting race, and I've enjoyed it a lot. Hope you guys have. We will be tuning in to Tier 1, who will be live on Tuesday at 8 PM UK. So make sure you come and watch then. Oh crap, I nearly didn't do that then. I need to get that. I need to get the final classification. There we go. But yeah, come tune in to Tier 1, who are live on Tuesday for their round 1 in Bahrain. Tier 2 will be back next Sunday, and it will be Jeddah. So if you thought this was fun, come watch Jeddah next week. That's going to be even better. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on Tuesday.